New cards, PogChamp. New cards, PogChamp. I guess we are just going to remake anything that was made before the year 2006. If you're a vanilla monster that existed in, like, one of the anime episodes where, like, Yugi fights a small child or, like, a pedophile, then you are now a candidate for a full archetype. Bow to the authority of Silent Force from PHNY. That stands for Penis... Oh, whoa, I actually can't continue this bit. These unrelated ritual monsters are actually buddies from college. All right. Okay, this theme's name, Shukusei, is a play on Shukusei. That's that's a good one. Enforcement or regulation. It's also a play on Novox's prayer. No vox or no voice. You shut the fuck up. I don't care about all these puns. Novox, the Silent Forcer disciple. Silent Forcer? Get a better name. 50 attack, 20-50 defense. Whatever. We're just throwing numbers at a screen at this point. You can only use the first and third effects of this card's name once per turn. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can place one Silent Force continuous spell trap from your deck face up in your spell and trap card zone. Hold up. Before we read any more of this card, I need to know what Cat Williams clip DP Yu-Gi-Oh! Used when talking about this card. It's today's upload.
If you don't have Divine the Herald and you're somewhat interested in playing these 3 unrelated ritual monsters that are actually college buddies.
Okay, now I know. Continuing, if you would ritual summon exactly one light warrior or dragon ritual monster with a card effect that requires use of monsters, you can use this card as the entire requirement. Can you just put fucking archetype names on shit? I'm sick of this. Stop printing cards that say things like, if you would summon a monster with a card effect that requires use of monsters, use this card as the entire... What does that mean? A card effect that requires use of monsters. What on earth does that mean? If a light warrior or dragon ritual monster is special summoned to your field while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card. Okay, next up is Saphira, is a normal monster now. They made her white. You can only use the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn. You can discard this card, send a ritual spell from your deck to the graveyard, then add a light warrior or dragon ritual monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. That's kind of cool. You can banish this card from your graveyard, ritual summon a light warrior or dragon ritual monster from your hand by tributing monsters on your field or hand who's told... Whoa! This card's insane. This card's unbelievable. Next up, Ceravius! Holy shit! Oh my god, straight from Mitt Lunch. He's made it out of Jaxel's deck list. Folks, don't play this in Rescue Ace. 26-28. You can only special summon with the first effect of this card's name once per turn. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. You can special summon this card from your hand by shuffling 2 spells from your hand or graveyard into the deck, including a ritual spell. When your opponent activates a card effect, return this card to the hand, special summon a light warrior dragon ritual from your hand or deck, but shuffle it into the deck during the end phase of the next turn. Are you allowed to do that? Can you just print an e-telly for rituals? I thought they had to be summoned normally first. You can't reborn them. You can. They didn't even put ignoring the summoning conditions. Huh. I mean, I guess you'd have to, you know. I mean, what else would it do? Skull Guardian, the Silent Forcing Protector. Okay, this is Skull Guardian, which is, I think, currently a tournament pack exclusive. If I wanted to pick up a copy of Skull Guardian, how much would that cost me? Place your bets now, chat. Over or under $50. $67.50. Jesus fucking Christ. Damaged Unlim. $59. Mod play. That is not mod play. What the fuck? Look at this. That is not mod play. But I'm desperate, so we will be purchasing this. I'm sure this is getting reprinted. If this card is ritual summoned, you can add a Silent Fork monster. Shut the fuck up. Or warrior dragon ritual monster from your deck to your hand. Gains 20-50 attack while Novox is in your field or grave. Oh, this is Novox. When your opponent activates a card effect and you control Novox, the Silent Forcer disciple, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Really? That's the design space we're going with? We've got all these cool, like, e-tellies. You know, we're using the old ones, and you're like, and what's the payoff? It's an Omni. Silent Forcing Prayer. Ritual summon a light ritual monster from your hand by tributing light monsters from your hand or field whose total levels exceed or equal the level of the ritual monster. If a face-up light ritual monster leaves the field by an opponent's card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon Ceravius, Saphira, or Skull Guardian, the Silent Enforcing Protector, from your hand or deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. Well, that's pretty crazy. Silent Forcing Barrier. While you control Novox or a light ritual monster, your opponent's monsters cannot target non-rituals you control for attacks, and cannot target light monsters you control with card effects. They gotta rename this Silent Forcing Ritual Cage. During your main phase, you can add a Silent Force or a Skull Guardian ritual monster from your deck to your hand. Jesus Christ. That's just on there. Silent Forcing Authority. Shuffle one light warrior or dragon ritual monster from your hand to graveyard into the deck. Put a silent... It's a Steeds. Oh my god, it's a continuous Steeds. These are a lot better than I thought they were going to be. These spell cards are absolutely bonkers. That said, seems pretty telegraphed. I mean, it feels like games where you don't find Novox, or games where your opponent removes your Novox in a way that you don't want by like banishing it or tucking it or something. You just lose. I hate to say this for the millionth time. A second wave might actually just save this deck. Basic combo. All right, what are we working with here, Scarlon? Okay, if you open Diviner Saphira, Diviner, one card FTK. If you open Diviner Saphira, Diviner summon Novox. Novox sets Silent Forcing Barrier for Saphira. Imagine we're doing Saphira here. Send Novox, get Skull Guardian. Go for the ritual spell. Skull Guardian, Novox, get Ceravius. Special Ceravius, cycle those two spells back into the deck, end phase, draw two. So this just loses to Imperm the Diviner, is what I'm hearing. Well, this hand does because it's one card. Admittedly, it would never lose to that. It just seems like there's some pretty clear telegraphed choke points. Yeah, I mean, this is a cool loop, but yeah, I'm not convinced yet. What did she say here at the end? Hand trap plus Omnidegate plus entire board is untargetable plus quick effect to summon any ritual from deck on opponent's turn. What does that last one even do? You wrote all this out, but really what I'm hearing is it's one negate. It loses to Zeus. Ceravius is solemn. It's two negates. All right. I'm in. I don't know. I think it's kind of mid. I would be excited to see it do well.